Well, speaking of delicious things to eat, it's time now to get back into Holly Clegg's Trim and Terrific Kitchen, where this week Holly and AJ are cooking up some tasty Louisiana beef and making it trim and terrific.
Holly Clegg's Trim and Terrific Kitchen is brought to you by the Louisiana Crawfish Promotion and Research Board, Louisiana Crawfish, ask before you eat, and by the Louisiana Rice Promotion Board, Rice, a world of great ideas, and by the Louisiana Beef Industry Council. Beef, it's what's for dinner. Kitchen facilities provided by the Around Town television show.
Hey there, folks. I'm AJ Sabine, and welcome to Holly Clegg's Trim and Terrific Kitchen. I am not Holly Clegg. I am AJ Sabine, and here is the beautiful Holly Clegg. How are you, dear?
I'm in the kitchen cooking, my favorite place to be.
Awesome. I see we wore our green today in honor of St. Patrick's Day because it's March.
And you know, we didn't even tell each other about it. Just great minds think alike. What
That's
can we
right.
say?
I got the memo. So what do we have here? You got some beautiful steak here. What's going on?
Well, the spring, it's getting busy. People don't have time to cook, which is really the philosophy of all my recipes. So this is an easy steak tacos with an avocado cucumber salsa. It is wonderful. And I'm using our wonderful Louisiana beef. And I think
outstanding.
I think
good.
what's important to remember when you're using beef, you do want to look for your leaner cuts in and around or a loin, but this recipe could work as well with a skirt steak, a flank steak, whatever.
Speaking of beef, Holly, did you know that Louisiana is a cow-calf state? Do you know what that means?
I do, but I'm not going to say. I'll see if you know.
What that means is that Louisiana growers, they produce beef that goes on to feedlots, which grows on to make what's a wonderful, tasty beef that you enjoy all over the world, and especially in this recipe.
Absolutely. So when we say, where's the beef? It's in Louisiana.
Absolutely.
All right,
now,
let's
I understand
started.
you've got a terrific rub with this.
I do. You know, sometimes you marinate steak. This is going to be a rub. So I'm going to let you throw together the ingredients. All
Okay,
it is
what do we
is
have
garlic,
here? Garlic here.
and a little cinnamon and a dash of
Ooh,
cayenne. It sort
cinnamon.
of gives it a real flavor.
That's
And
interesting.
this is just chili powder.
Some chili powder.
And a pinch of salt.
And a pinch of salt.
Okay. Oh!
Oh!
Good thing that I wouldn't call a pinch.
Sorry.
That's okay. That out there, you just want a little pinch of
That's
salt.
just
not
flavor.
all the salt.
That's just flavor.
But it doesn't matter because I have ours already cooking. It's searing, and you just want to sear it. This is so quick to do. I always keep sirloin steaks in my freezer or flank steak because it's great to pull out for that last-minute meal. So we're searing it for about 4 or 5 minutes on each side. You want it to sort of get rare. And what I love about this recipe, you have the fiery, spicy steak, and I'm going to make this cucumber avocado sort of mellow salsa. It's a real compliment to the meat.
Now,
so,
Holly, I know you've got your stock and trade is in Trim Terrific. Now, is there any sort of butter or oil in this steak, or do people just put it?
No, and it's, you know, this almost has that blackened effect. Actually,
yes.
I just use a little nonstick cooking spray, and I always use a nonstick skillet. Also, it makes an easy cleanup.
That smells wonderful.
I was just getting
by the way.
I've seen it starting to smell. So now for our salsa,
Okay.
you just cut up cucumbers, and this is really just one of those dump add ones, some cherry tomatoes, and as tomatoes get in season, you could even use the fresh, homegrown.
Now, what are these?
Red onions, jalapenos. It's going to get a little kick
little
to
spicy?
it. Yeah, an
Avocado?
right.
All right, we're going to add that in.
An avocado that has that creamy, and then feta. You know, I have to throw in some feta. And I use the reduced fat feta. It's a great way to keep your fat out.
I have a little story about feta cheese. Every time we go to the market, my daughter, who is 6, she says, "Dad, I want some of that feta cheese." So feta cheese.
Okay, and now I've used the Nakano seasoned rice vinegar. I like to use this because it adds a little splash of flavor. They have a roasted garlic flavor. You've probably seen the natural, but this is my favorite, the red pepper, because it adds a little zing. So we're going to put a little of that.
Where can folks find this vinegar? Is it like?
Yeah, it's in all your grocery stores, readily available where all the vinegars are, and it adds a little more splash of flavor than regular vinegar. You don't have to worry about all the other juices, and that all you want to do.
God, that smells gorgeous.
And this has such great ingredients. All you really want to do is just coat it. So you can see that, and it's a wonderful. You know, the weather's starting to change, and so it's sort of a fun recipe. Now, this is searing still.
Okay.
Let's see if we can turn it just to show you. Oh, look, yeah, nice.
Okay, take a look at this, folks.
Nice brown
Look at the browning.
color.
Look at the browning.
And you want it over a medium-high heat because you want that seared effect.
Now, how long do you need to have this in the skillet here?
Probably about 4 to 5 minutes. And
Okay.
this is how you slice it. Now, actually, what I've done too is if you have leftover meat, leftover steak of any sort, you can throw this together. You know, cooking
Louisiana
has-
beef, right?
Absolutely. Well, I live in Louisiana, and Louisiana has the best of everything.
Absolutely.
So all we're going to do is just to show you
Let
the
me hold
fact.
this for you.
Okay.
All right.
And we'll put a little salsa in, and you can put this up. And this is so good. It's trim and terrific. You know, all my recipes have your nutritional analysis
that's gorgeous.
and your diabetic exchange. And you could see, like I said, it's the great flavors of of our wonderful seared Louisiana beef with the rub, simple to make,
Awesome.
and all your little vegetables. And you really could add in cucumbers or, you know, tomatoes, whatever you have hanging around if you want to put something else in. I always say, you know, my motto is if you don't have an ingredient, you leave it out. You never go back to the grocery
Cooking
store.
from your pantry, right?
Cooking from your pantry. That
That's
might be
right.
my next book. But I do have some more great items to do. Show you a meatloaf, because
And
we all like
speaking of
real
that,
meat.
when we come back, folks, Holly has brought an amazing dessert to go with this beautiful
Oh, yeah, it is good.
sirloin steak taco. When we come back,
Ready?
stick around, folks. We're back, folks, here with Holly Clegg in her Trim and Terrific Kitchen. And of course, this would not be possible without the help of the Around Town TV show. And speaking of Around Town TV show, look at this beautiful meal, which we'd love to get around to the folks out there. This looks gorgeous.
Now, this was made with our Louisiana beef. I use sirloin, which is your leaner cut of meat. And these are our steak tacos with avocado cucumber salsa. Really spicy rub with the mellows. Just great salsa. Used a little vinegar, Nakano seasoned rice vinegar, just to keep it moist. And then meatloaf.
Ooh, Holly, I'm getting hungry.
Well, everybody loves meatloaf on Sunday. It's a comfort
Really?
food. But I have to jazz it up. This is a Mexican meatloaf, and it's made with salsa. Sort of adds a nice touch to it. And I'll tell you what I do. You know, I always like to be prepared, and this is such a great tip. I buy, of course, your Louisiana ground beef, and I usually buy the sirloin, make it into little hamburger patties, and I keep it in my freezer, wrap it in saran wrap, and keep it in the freezer in big Ziploc, so I can make a dip, I can make a hamburger at any time's notice.
You're making me hungry.
A well-stocked pantry is what's important, including a well-stocked freezer.
And all of these recipes are in your cookbook, right?
They are, and this is a new one that is so good.
Look at that.
It's
Look
a
at
very,
this, folks.
Yeah, it's a berry, get it, very
Okay,
good.
very good.
Oatmeal cookie cake. And it sort of has an oatmeal crust, and again, fresh fruit is coming in season, and it's a light dessert. It has a little cream cheese flavor, but reduced fat. Everything has your nutritional analysis and your diabetic exchanges, and as everyone knows, I trim the recipes down and keep them
Speaking of recipes, what cookbook are these in? Because
these are in
look
my
great.
Gulf Coast. These are in my Gulf Coast, and I have a few new ones because I'm working on a new book for
Ooh,
the fall.
goody,
you'll see.
goody, goody.
But all the recipes will be available on my website, which is hollyclegg.com, where you could also register for my monthly menu newsletter. And I have a blog. It's called thehealthycookingblog.com.
Awesome.
So it has a lot of good tips, information. I like to share my trim and terrific approach with everybody because it's so easy to do.
Well, I would like to share this food with you, but unfortunately, we're on TV and you can't have any.
That's right.
But if you'd like some more tips about the Louisiana Beef Industry Council and what Holly and I are up to, you can always, you can always log on. See, I can't even talk. I'm so ready to eat.
He has food on
You
the
can always
brain.
log on to our website at twilightTV.org.
Okay, well, it's time to
Do
eat.
I get to eat now?
Absolutely. The proof is always in the tasting.
I just
This
wanna
is
grab
not
one of
all
these.
for you, though, I want you to know. But
I
of course,
can't
it
wait.
is trim and terrific.
It
and
is?
The more you eat, the better you get. The more trim and terrific you get.
Holly Clegg's Trim and Terrific Kitchen was brought to you by the Louisiana Crawfish Promotion and Research Board, Louisiana Crawfish, Ask Before You Eat, and by the Louisiana Rice Promotion Board, Rice, a world of great ideas, and by the Louisiana Beef Industry Council. Beef, it's what's for dinner. Kitchen facilities provided by the Around Town television show.